I think everyone can see that. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming. This is our presentation about Science Olympiad. Okay, so Group A is held on Thursdays from 4:30 to 5:30 for an hour long. And so my name is Annie. I just graduated from Centennial High School, and some of my experiences in Science Olympiad involve being the Cornell 2019 National Tournament champion in environmental chemistry. I am a 3-time Maryland State champion for Division C, 2-time Central Maryland Regional champion, and I've received college offers to Cornell and Berkeley for genetics, and I'll be heading to UMD in the fall.
My name is David. I'm a rising junior at Centennial, and I'm an officer on the Science Olympiad team. I mainly did detector building, dynamic planet, and geologic mapping, and I have tutored for the National Math Honor Society in the past.
Moving on.
My name is Naomi, and I'm a rising senior at Reservoir High School. I've been in Science Olympiad for 3 years now, and I mainly compete in water quality, experimental design, forensics, and I've been able to place at the Maryland State competitions several times for forensics. And I've been a part of AST since last year. Grace couldn't make it today, but she's also a rising senior at Reservoir High School. She's partnered with me for forensics and water quality, and we've together achieved rankings at regionals and state.
Science Olympiad is a competitive team building science competition, and there are 23 events that rotate yearly, and individual rankings in the events are used to calculate a team score. And the different events could be a written test, a build, lab-based questions and activities, or creative experiments. And Science Olympiad is offered in schools all throughout the United States, and it gives an opportunity for STEM competitions.
So for 2021, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, events from 2020 will be carried over to 2021 and will stay the same. So here we have the 5 main fields of events and the 23 events that comprise them. And so you have different options. You can choose to, specialize entirely within a certain field of event, or you can pick different individual events that vary throughout different fields to do. It's all up to you. And here at AST's Science Olympiad classes, we have 4 goals. First and foremost, we would like to teach your children to be an effective and responsible team member and leader when it comes to Science Olympiad. Also, during our sessions, we will be teaching systems of learning, studying, and note-taking for optimal tournament results, as well as increased knowledge. We will also teach your children to research strategically and effectively different resources that are available on the internet, including college lectures, textbooks, and YouTube videos. And we will also help your child develop better time management skills in terms of competition strategy and how to get events done in an efficient manner.
So during the course, we're gonna try and ensure that the students are able to cover every or as many aspects as possible of the Science Olympiad program. So there's a brief summary of how the curriculum is going to progress. In the first week, we're going to just introduce what Science Olympiad is and general description of the types of sciences that are covered, and we'll try to gauge what each student's specialty or interest might be in this meeting or in that first meeting. And as you may remember from previous slides, each category covers several different events. So we'll be covering many events each week of the program. And our goal is to include at least 1 practice test during these 7 weeks where we're going to try and replicate what it might be like in an actual testing scenario for a Science Olympiad competition, such as by making the practice test timed, potentially partnering the students so that they can take it together and combine research, etc. You can change the slide.
There we go. That was it.
So during this program, we're going to ensure that the students know how to approach the different kinds of events, like the different test events versus builds that require some kind of construction. We're going to try giving them a timeline of how they should, when they should start, when they should get materials, or what they should look at to research. And we'll describe tips and strategies to be successful in the events, and not so that they don't have to rush at the end. There may potentially be guest speakers such as graders from actual competitions or club sponsors around Howard County, but we're working on bringing that about. We also definitely want to give the students a decent exposure to various sciences covered in these events. So we'll be going over basic but essential concepts that'll help them to be successful for the respective events. And we also will encourage them to independently research what interests them. Homework is going to change weekly depending on what's covered and what kind of events is covered, but it'll be some sort of combination of maybe watching a lecture, answering conceptual comprehension questions, or just questions from actual Science Olympiad tests. As I said before, we're going to be exposing the students to a lot of different scientific fields, so it'll definitely increase the general knowledge that they have and their proficiency in various science courses that they may come across later in their schooling. We'll also be facilitating group activities and encouraging team building habits among the students, which will definitely benefit their interpersonal skills and help them in future group projects. We'll be showing the students how to research effectively, as said before, such as outlining the time management tips, teaching them how to find the most important or relevant information in the source, and showing them useful or reliable sources that will help them in Science Olympiad and definitely beyond. Finally, this class is going to help students to discover what interests them personally in STEM, and it'll nurture their creativity and critical thinking as they use the research and preparation that they have through this class to answer difficult and comprehensive questions. In summary, our goal is to not necessarily just teach the students in depth about one particular science, but to expose them to various fields of science, familiarize them with research, and so that they can eventually find their passion and explore independently in the future. So are there any questions about the program or what we'll be covering?